Welcome back, Do Nation. It's another stream of fucking Deadly Premonition Origins. I'm ready to fucking neck it. Well, life goes on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Previously during the investigation.
Don't need that. If you need a previous investigation, watch the previous episode. What the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, I just solved this damn case. Why is this guy black? This guy's tweaking. Thomas is not feeling it right now. I don't feel safe without my shotgun. My shotgun or my katana equipped at all times. Alright, let's see where Willie can teach me. Why did I get is when the dog walks, why is there dust? It's not very pog. What is this dog doing? Like I could have told I could have told you there was a crime here, bro. Obviously. Yeah. Okay, obviously it's in here. Come on. All we have to do is follow the blood trail. Like, what the hell's Willie got to do with it? And actually, if this Willie's here, where the hell's that fat bastard? I see. A secret room with the damn plant. Oh, okay. Secret room, secret hatch.
Willie, are you out there?
Kason, what are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
I love that,
Mason,
bro.
stand away from the door.
Where's Diane? And what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know, private reasons. I don't really have to tell you, do I?
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. And you need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well, I just came here to talk with Diane, to have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
Okay. I came here to be with Diane. You happy now? We've been together before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back here. I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out. Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside? 2 hours ago, me and Diane, we were taking it easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up. Well, then Diane had a sudden change of heart. She locked me up in here.
Interesting.
I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just passed by. Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window. Then you showed up instead of Diane.
Interesting.
Zach, Diane has become the third victim of our killer. And nada from questioning Nick. Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. Into the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art. But he also had a problem with her views about men. He says that they argued, but not at a level that would lead to a murder. They were
That would cause me to kill somebody.
But while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect. But that door was locked from the outside. There was no other way in or out of that room. Which means there is no evidence of his involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's boots. And Nick was wearing boots. But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement. Which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen go free. That seemed like the only option, at least for now.
One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed. I guess this case is really getting to him.
He's feeling responsible for the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him? I wonder what's left. Well, of course, he'd still have muscle.
Who has muscle? Got $10,000. I just have nothing to spend it on.
Zach, let's get back to the hotel.
First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course, we don't really have to.
Bar? Now that sounds like a good idea.
Zach, what do you think? We can go.
Let's
drink
go to
with
the
George,
bar.
or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
Like, why would I not want to go to the bar? Come on.
George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you? Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot. And fall out of it a lot.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
I'm sorry, George.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims. I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me. Hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Please, Mama.
Awkward.
I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama. I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words used to make me shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work. York. I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I? And if it weren't for me, both Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber, and I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
This is random as hell.
You've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
Aha, now Carol's here.
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too. We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
Why is it the other way? Show it to her, bro. Show it to her.
I'm busy, gotta go.
There's a lot of dust in this town. She kind of looks like Thomas, don't they mention it? God, this guy's got black eyes. Okay, well, that was an interesting turn of events.
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Who the hell is this?
Zack, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
This is so random.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
But why would Emily be dressed like that? Like, so random. Maybe I'm just out of touch.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past. Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school. But I never really considered him my type, And there's the age gap thing, too. I respect him, of course. I wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
So, did you move to this town alone?
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now.
Rip.
Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
I
The
had a good time
Galaxy
tonight.
Terror.
Good night,
See you tomorrow.
York.
Yes?
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
What the hell would I lie about? Why is the wall glitching? Alright. So what is the move? Go to the hotel? I do have an objective. I'm pretty sure it's the hotel. Fucking driving this bad boy. I might have to just start jerking off, no cap.
Zach, picking up from where we left off.
Do you remember? How many years ago was
Oh
it?
my god, not this fucking movie still. Oh no, it's the other
Multiple homicides
the other
of
case.
girls in that college town in Illinois. All the victims were cut open from the throat to the crotch. Ripped right open.
No way, you can actually flip the
Autopsy.
car? The hell?
A second stomach was found inside the first victim's
Just
body.
figured that would have happened by now.
Of course, she didn't naturally grow a second stomach. One of the stomachs belonged to someone else. As more victims piled up, there was one with 2 hearts, one with 2 livers.
Zach, we're here. Let's continue our chat later.
We already learned that one. The daughter, the girl, the first girl's, or the girl who died, her dad was a doctor and he was fucking out. Holy smokes, does this guy like to smoke?
Zach, let's go over our progress.
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, Which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
I don't even really know. Guess this one.
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other.
Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
Mr. K's.
That's right. Kaysen. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him.
Good dog,
Kaysen's
Drew.
statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
Footsteps.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
No.
Me too. Usha sent in a report too.
Usha?
He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach.
Yes, the red seeds.
This confirms her as a victim of the raincoat killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer.
Welcome to the sleeping stream, buddy.
I
Enjoy.
hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
True, coffee will give us guidance, guys.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy.
I think that George pouring his heart out was random as hell.
And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
I'm about to get attacked. You can feel it, man. This knock is ominous. Ugh, it's a woman.
Emily?
We hate that.
What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly, and baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Shaking my head. Not supposed to ask that question.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
Who Zach is a
When did you
spoiler.
become friends?
I don't want to spoil it for you
Long time
guys.
ago. Back when I was a child.
It's actually like the craziest twist. Crazier than
I was
that.
7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead.
Jesus.
He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I'm sure there was a reason, but why would you say that? Like, this guy just told you his dad killed his mom in a double homicide, including himself.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why would you say there was a
That's
like?
right.
Of course there was a reason, bro, but it probably wasn't a great one.
You saved my life.
Like, that shit is
If
so
you didn't
fucking
save me at the
random.
gallery, I would have
She's
died
fucking
along with
retarded.
Diane.
100%.
No need to thank
Just
me for
what
that.
is her problem?
I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless,
Based,
but
true.
not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Fuck Emily, man.
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought.
Why would she
you
say
remember?
that, man?
Our conversation with Emily.
Yes, I remember it.
She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it. Here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there. Come on, please! Thomas! Thomas!
Poor Thomas, man. I was just saying, I would hate to have a guy locked up that just scream my name all the time. Just all day. Not this hard. Wait, who's this? Carol? What the hell? Who is that? Okay, so that's what she was wearing, or she was holding, that pendant. A very strange series of events, I've got to say. And I've just gotten richer. It's like I just keep getting richer. Sure. So we'll see what Zach was saying.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
Bro, those guys did not want to be saved. They were, like, actually just cracked out. Interesting. I'm gonna guess that this plant is what tells you whether the door is the right one or not. My hypotenuse. Or is that door always to the right? Okay, that doesn't help. Angel Isaiah. Not really something I'm interested in, but hey. Whatever pays the bills. Okay. I see. So that's what that noise was. The door behind me is locking. My god, that actually gave me a little bit of a jump scare. It's my father?
Open this door. There is no turning back. You
Oh my god, it's
still
the
want to
fucking
enter.
guy. It's the Mask of Rich Billionaire guy.
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr. Locke. Look carefully, boy. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
Why do they gotta use that music?
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes. Thank you.
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
coffee is a vital investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
Harry. Oh my god, dude. Who's Harry, though? Harry who?
It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is Harry. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit.
Yes, let's.
Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course. Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
I'll see you later, Polly.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
Guess not today. We don't need it. Okay, so that noise I think is me healing. Number 1. Number 2, I can't be investigating with this 5 o'clock shadow. So first we gotta run down to the room. Alright, now we're nice and shaved. Like, looking sharp. Okay, next step, team. Useless. There's no way to change clothes in here? Wish I could remember where my actual room is. I always just end up spawning into this place. Saying it either. Can't change in here, can you? Look, the flies and the cutscenes just piss me off, so I need to figure out where I can get a change of clothes. Oh, hell yeah. And this leads outside. Where the heck is my hotel? Maybe I'm on the other side? It says close. Like, what about this one? Okay, so that's where Kayson's staying. I understand, you know, I can shave in the bathroom. But I need to get another change of clothes. Like, where the hell is my room? Why is there one of those damn plants outside of it? There we go. Alright, let's go with the workaholic. But these for cleaning. Okay. Now I can play the game. Bro, what the hell is redeem ask a question? You're tweaking right now. But thanks for letting me know that the alerts are on, alright? I turn alerts off. This is for you too. Gotta itch my ass too. What the hell is this little bastard doing?
Hey, am I still a suspect?
Hell yeah, you
No.
are. What?
Okay, well, good. My wife and I have been living separately for over 3 years now. Diane, she's a single woman, so this shouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
I feel so bad for Diane, though. Gosh. Did you find out who did it?
I can't discuss that.
Yes, of course. I understand. You don't have to tell any of the folks around town about me and Diane, do you?
No, I won't do that. But it's a small town. I'm sure the rumors have started already. Nothing to be ashamed of, right? What's there to worry about?
Nothing in particular. No, nothing at all. I'm clean as the sheets in this hotel. What's with that look? We don't have a problem, right?
It looks like Kaysen is involved with another woman in town. We can only hope it isn't Emily.
It's probably Carol. If I had to guess. Alright, let's go see what's on the agenda for today. Oh, it's Emily. She's doing some kind of low FPS stretching.
York, I can't find Thomas. Was he here?
No, I haven't seen him. Have you tried the radio?
I've been trying, but he's not answering.
What about Nick?
No problem with him. He's calmed down a little. He's still saying you didn't do it. Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime during the night. He kept calling for him, but Thomas stopped responding. I'm a bit worried. George has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
I understand that things have been hard for Thomas, but surely he's just resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay.
Thomas and
As far as I know,
Carol are
Thomas always calls in
siblings.
when he needs a day off.
So
We're human, and so
Thomas
we are
must know something about whatever's going
As
on
far
in that
as you know,
sex room.
There haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
We
He did
do?
invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
What's our
Are
other
you
lead?
really
We
an
literally, our
FBI agent?
biggest lead was the
I
Nick
think
thing,
the
and he
FBI
ended
would
up,
take a more logical
Diane
approach
ended
to
up dying
investigation.
anyways, and Nick is
But
like
Emily,
delirious.
Serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic. That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
Ugh, I was an idiot for thinking he might be a good pick. I really need to work on my taste in men.
Emily is kind of cringe. But she's not making any sense. It's just off the ripper. Like, who's the other lead? Like, Carol... Is Carol... We know Carol took the thing from Diane. That's, like, one lead. But, like, when it comes to, like, who might have done all the murders, like, we don't know anything. We actually don't know a damn thing. So, yeah, Emily's tweaking on that. Like, all we know is that a guy with an upside-down peace tattoo is killing women hardcore. But, you know, from metagaming, we know that the women are all related through that, like, weird sex club.
Zach, we've ended up with a third victim. That dive I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life. It's a real mess, Zach.
Dive. When's the last time I made a dive like that? Oh, I remember. Do you? It was in
Hell
my late
no.
teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I like punk rock, but we like different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I like the more twisted ones, like The Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols. I wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
Okay, I'll assume that this is the right way. We'll go through this tunnel. Now, what blows my mind is that for such a small town, they actually ended up getting one of these gigantic tunnels built into the mountainside. Like, for what purpose? Okay, so breakfast? Why is the breakfast timer there? I have to be with you there between 8 and 21. Alright, but I want to check this out.
Zach, did you want to go somewhere before we visit?
How is it
That's fine by
closed?
me.
What time is this shit open? Has the hours right on the fucking door, but I can't observe it. Like, I thought I could play a mini game in here. The bait, legend worm. Got a legendary worm if you know what I mean. Actually, this is a pretty convenient stop. I'll just buy some root beers because I'm rich as hell. Already maxed out on root beer? All of these just recover a little bit of hunger. Okay, well, it's good enough, I guess. Just wanted to make sure I had all that stuff. I'm gonna hit these bikes. That'll teach those biker nerds for having a bar closed at 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning. But I'm curious if my rear view mirror actually reflects anything. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, how could that bar be closed so
there
early?
was one band that we both liked.
We went all the way to New York to see them play, right, Zach?
It took us hours to get to New York by bus. We got to the CBGB and we were so nervous we couldn't go inside.
It took us 30 minutes to gather enough courage to go inside. And inside, we were shocked. Right, Zach?
I'll never forget that feeling. It was like a blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg pop. The Ramones. That song still makes me feel good. And that's a sign of a classic. But it's amazing I got in without being asked for ID. Those were the good old days. Rock and roll high school and Chinese rock. Sheena is a punk rocker and surfing bird. And I was so depressed when I heard the news of the deaths. Original punk is one of the greatest gifts left from the 20th century. Let's hope they're still rocking on wherever they are.
The hell is Chinese rock?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
He was expecting me. Probably should save. Having a save right here is probably pretty convenient. You never know what's going to happen. The game has been on movie mode a bit. Last couple sections. If you guys don't mind at home, but I'm going to go chill mode.
Mr. Stewart has been waiting for you. To the meeting room you shall go to.
The meeting room is through here. Please be kind. Be sincere.
Boom, I slammed that door. Disrespectful as hell. Let's see, 356 Eroica Fate Pastorale. The multitude of musical scores, these three are the only ones left open. 356, 356, 356. That dude looks like Adolf? Okay. Nothing. Playing scary music. Alright, I'm in some kind of freak puzzle. It's like that British show, The Taskmaster. Alright, just remember, gotta remember the numbers 3, 5, 6. Okay, he put a bed in here. It's awfully nice of him. Okay. Alright, here we go. Guess number 3. We're making headway. Guess room number 2. That's not one of the numbers I got. Numbers are 3, 5, and 6. One. What do I get? 1, 2, and 5? Oh, okay. Maybe they're like a red herring kind of situation. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Oops. Perfecto. Yeah, it might just be the best. Yeah, I just run in there. Thank you. I am pretty awesome, aren't I? I just say, call me Mr. Solver. Call me the solvent. Call me the solvent.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, please have some tea while it is hot. Too much coffee for your body will make it rot.
I don't think that's
You seem
true.
well prepared. Almost as though you knew I would be coming today.
Mr. Stewart is particular about the best timing for all things. Now please, drink some tea and enjoy the good health it brings.
I'm sorry, Harry, but I just don't like tea.
I wonder if they're communicating telepathically,
Mr.
honestly.
Francis York Morgan, some tea with sugar is what's best admired.
By your body that looks so tired. So says Mr. Stewart.
You know why I didn't recognize this guy in the dream? Not just the mask, but he was standing.
Harry, where did you get these seeds?
Well, this is really not good. Riley!
Mr. Francis York Morgan, those seeds were found in our town in a certain specific place.
More seeds are there, you will see, when you find that certain space. Come back to me and we shall talk after you find that certain place.
So says Mr. Stewart.
Mr. Stewart.
That's a good line, man. It's a good line.
Harry, so you like to play games?
Isn't that right, Zach? And so says Mr. Stewart. It was this top tier.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, a hint for you to find this location.
Who the hell is
It most
Jetstream
crowded
Sam?
and most quiet, and gives a cold sensation.
Okay.
So says.
So it's
Mr.
quiet
Stewart.
and it's cold.
All right. So you're not going to talk unless I find this certain place. I'll play along. Zach, let the treasure hunt begin. A crowded place, and yet it is very quiet there. Have you figured it out, Zach?
Forest?
It must be the graveyard.
Oh.
There's lots of people there, but none of them can speak. You see? So let's get going to the graveyard.
Well, it's a good thing they just gave me the answer, because I don't know if I would have come up with that.